us to another time. We are here to learn. I want us to pay attention, and I sincerely appreciate every entire Data Job Nigeria team led by my Oga, Mr. Agbengademo, for the privilege to facilitate this section. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for being a leader. Thanks for the privilege. So tonight we'll be talking about the key functions that we can't do about in data analysis, especially when we are using Excel. And that's the use of Countif, count if, the singular one. We have the Sumifs and the Sumif. And this is what we'll be talking about now. Mr. Agbenga, sir, confirm if I'm right. If this just these four functions, sir.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. So I'll be commencing. When we talk of counts, when we talk of Sumif, what we are talking about, anytime we see anything that deals with counts, anytime we hear anything that deals with sum, what is actually that thing that will let us know, okay, I'm to use sum, I'm to use count, right? Is anything that deals with count, either countif or countif, so far as count is that they will ask you how many, you have to like something like, okay, how many people are here? How many people are in this place? How many laptops did they bought? How many gadgets, right? All those ones that deals with us doing 1, 2, maybe you want to count your money, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that one just like you are counting 1, 2, 3. Anything you hear like questions around how many boys, how many girls, how many are they, how many were present, how many did not call, how many do we have in store, how many this, how many that. Just know that what that kind of question deals with what deals with count if. I'll still explain the plural form and right. Let's just assume down. So we fall for differentiate what is the meaning of count if. So how do you know? Say actually now how many people are inside the class? Count them. You use that one to do it. But when it now comes to sum if, what does sum if? Sum is not something that not deal with what addition. 0 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 3. So like example, okay, how much is the total salary that company paid to staff this month? You understand now? How much is our total expenses from January to March? How much? So anything you now see, like they be asking, like how much is the sales? How much is so? How much was allocated to so state? How much is the sales coming in from this area? Anytime you any question around this deals with what sum. Any question that this like they come with what? Come with some. So I'll now start. So far I've differentiated what is count if and what is sum if now. I'm sure we all understood that now. Confirm if you get the differentiation between count if and sum if now, please. Anybody hear me? Do you get it? Somebody should reply. I want us to reply.
Yes.
All right. So I'm proceeding.
Yes.
All right, thank you. So that's how to use what Countif, Sumif, size. So there's no magic there. So now I now move to the count if now. I'll for be discussing what we mean by count if and count ifs now. What do we mean? So anytime you hear count if, what do they mean by saying count if? Is like now like you want to count based on what citing criteria. Example, in SS3B now, you want to count how many are male. Because of what? You're only counting one criteria. What is that criteria? There is that gender, which is what? Maybe male or female. Or maybe they come say, okay, count how many staffs do we have in the north. You see that kind of question that they ask you is still dealing with what? One criteria. So that's why you see, like, if you see question like count if, now you see what it's saying here. Let me bring it out so you can see what it's telling us here. I wanted to bring, see now, it said count the numbers of cells within a range that meet the given condition. That means it's just a single word, it's a single condition. So this one I can say, okay, count how many messages that we have. Count how many Dell that we have in the store. That kind of question now is singing what with only single criteria. We're only counting one criteria. But now if I now come with a question that is not saying, okay, count how many messages that are blue. Now I'm giving us what? Two criteria there. The first criteria, so is this second one that we handle, that this countif that has X, that's a sign of what? Plural. We all know that anything that is a sign of plural. Exactly like here too. So once you see X, but that means what? You've not given it what, two criteria to handle. So first one is what? It's going to count total number of it's going to count total number of messages first. After counting total number of messages, then to now count total number of messages that are what? That are color blue. Do we get the difference between Countif and Countifs now? Do we clear, or I should use another explanation for us? We are here to train you. We are here to impart you. So feel free to ask questions if you are not clear. All right. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Ahmed Omulara. So who else has a question? Are you clear with the Countif and Countifs now? All right, good. So that's how to use it. You can come and they can bring a question and say, okay, count how many female that are in IT department. So that kind of question now means what? You are counting two criteria. First one is what? You are counting those that are in IT, and you are counting those that are female. You get now. So they can ask you, okay, how many of our staff are female that are in the north? You are counting two criteria. You want to count what? Those that are in what? Female, and that are what? That are in the north. So anytime you are seeing anything more than two criteria, they are here. So example like north, and I can say, okay, count how many of our staff that are in the north that are from Kano State. You know that Kano is the north. That means what, we're having three criteria now. It is this count ifs that we use. Count if we never do that operation for us. Do we get it now? So by the time you have more than two criteria that you want to, you can even split Kano that maybe now want to know maybe their age group, maybe those that are less than let's say maybe less than 20 years. There's no, maybe want to count those that are less than 20 or 50 years that are working with us. Anyone that deals with, so far is more than one, we always use for Countif. And another sweet thing about Countif is that it can handle the work of what? Countifs too. So exactly. So if you are using Countifs to handle greater than one, you can even use it to enter what? Only one. So if you don't mind, you can use this one in place of this, you still get your results. But you can never use this Countif in the place of Countifs. It will never work. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like now, this Countif, now I can use Countif to count only staff. If I say now only staff, how many staff do we have in sales department? You can say it's only what? It's only a single criteria. I'm not counting maybe they are female or they are male. Maybe they are in the north or they are in the south. I can still use my what? Countifs to get it. But I can't use this Countif to get anything that is what? More than one criteria. But this one can handle anything that is what? Greater than one criteria. I'm sure we all got that explanation too. Is that clear? Matthew, I want to hear your voice. I've not heard you speak. Do you get the explanation? Is it clear? Samuel, I need somebody to reply.
Please, sir, can you go back a little bit, sir? Just join the class, sir.
All right, good. So we are talking about Countifs and Countifs tonight. And Countif used to count 1, 2, how many cartons, how many laptop, how many Dell, how many shoe, how many Ghana must go, how many calendar, how many phones, how many modem, right? Anything that is like we use what? Count. We use count. They will now have the word Countif. Counting now, like we want to count based on certain condition. Maybe now I want to count modem. I can say, okay, how many modem now what? MTN. How many modem are now what? Airtel modem that we have? How many staff do we have in what? In sales department? How many staff do we have in what? In IT department? By the time I'm having just single criteria, I'm only counting, then I can use this what? Count if to do it. But if I'm not having multiple criteria now, example of multiple criteria now is now, how many staffs are in sales that are male? Okay, I use IT. How many staffs are in IT that are male? So that means what I will first of all count out how many are the staff in IT first. Let's say maybe total number of staff that we have in IT will be 40. Out of this 40, we already know that some will be male, some will be female, or all of them will be male, all of them will be female, either one. Right? For us to be able to do that one, that's when we now make use of what? Our Countifs. That's the Countifs what? That's the Countifs comes in for us. So, but we can use this Countifs in lieu of what? A single criteria. Like I've said earlier, you can say maybe you want to count the number of staff in a department, in sales departments now. This Countifs, we do it, even though it's still doing something that is greater than what? Greater than two criteria. We can still undo one criteria. Why is because what? Countifs is for anything greater than what? One criteria. Let's see what the specification here is saying. If I'm bringing up the formula, let's see what it's going to bring for us. Countif. If let's see the first one, I said, oh, count the number of cells within a range that meet the single condition. The second one now says what? Count the number of cells that are specified by a given set. You can see the difference now. Set of conditions. You can see now set of conditions, which means greater than one condition. So that's what the what count if and Countifs does. So we'll be using this example of data sets that I have on my screen. And the popular data set is a, let's say, this is a superstore data set, is a popular data set. So let's say, for example, now, this is where we have our ship mode. They now ask us a question like, okay, how many customer do we have that are from what? How many customer order their goods through what? Through second class, through the ship mode breakdown? How many staff do we have like that order it? So there is a function for us that once we have a data set, like the first thing that we need to do is what? Extract the unique from it. Extract the unique function from it is equals to unique. Then we select this place down, Control Shift down. Then we have this. So this tells us that, okay, these are the what? These are the total numbers of ship mode that we have. Various type of ship mode. We have first class, second class, same day ship mode. So now I want to know, okay, how many customers actually order their goods or ship their goods through what? Through second class, or how many customers buy their goods using standard class. We want to know how many are they. So for this kind of question, we'll be using what? Count if to what? To get it done. Are we getting it? Are we following me? Hope we are not lost. Are we on the same page, everyone? Hello, are we on the same page?
Please,
I can't hear
Yes.
you.
Yes,
All right.
go ahead, Mr. Lee.
All right, thank you. So
Yes,
the first
yeah.
criteria, the first criteria that is going to ask us is what? Range. So what is this range? This range just like where is the source of what you want to count? It's just like a teacher now telling the class captain to go to what? SS3B or go to science class. So that's that range that is telling. That range is just like a class. So this one too now we want to count. Where is our range? Where is that place gone that we have what we wanted to count? Where is the store? Where is the file of what we want to count? So who can tell us now? We want to count the total number of shipments. What will be our range now based on my explanation for us?
Yeah, so it's going to be from the superstore data set.
Yes, yeah, we are in the superstore data set now. So where are we going? We are in the superstore. This everything here now is superstore now. So where are we going from here?
Can't see. The range should be those data sets now. Those superstore data sets. That should be our range.
Where? This is the superstore now. This place or where?
Column D. Column D.
Eh? Column D,
Column
yes,
D.
exactly. So column D will be our range because that's where we have what we want to count here. So we select column D, select the whole of column D. Just over your mouse around this place, click it, or click this cell like this, then press your Control Shift down to select everything. After then, press your what? Press your comma. So press your comma here now is now example of that now make me to go back to that example now. Like I told us that what a teacher called the class captain and told class captain like, go to SS3B. Okay, now the class captain is now in SS3B. Now our own SS3B, for example, now is this ship mode. So teacher will now tell you, okay, call me who is bearing shame. But for this our own now, what will be our own shame? What will be our criteria now? What will be our criteria now? We already selected the column D now, which is our range. So what will be our criteria now? What are we looking for in column D now?
I think we are looking for the second class.
Exactly. So we are telling you, okay, go to what? Go to column D. So when you now count, go to column D, go and count how many on this column D are what? Are second class. Then you press your enter. Supposed to press enter. So now it's telling us that what? We have 1,945 second class. So you can tell the business that what? Oh, the total number of customers that ship their goods through second class was what? 1,945 customers, right? So that's then, and we can easily drag down. So once we drag down, you can see that this is it. We now have, so we can now name this place. We can call this place ship mode, right? We can give it a name, ship mode type or something, shall category. Then can now call this way number of customers. Are we good? Do we get it now? So can put it in border, something like this, so it will be more presentable. Like, and you can add your total here too, so that as an analyst, you need to give them a total, something like this, right? Then you can do your sum. Can do our sum, right? Or we press our what's it called? Odds and plus to give us our, then can come here and give this one a sign like this, something sign like this. Yeah, you can put a sign like this. So this is it for that one. So let's take the analysis a deep step further again so that we can learn it very well. We can now put percentage here too. So let me just, though it's not part of the scope, but as an analyst, we really need to be using that percentage so that it will help our stakeholders to be able to know what we are talking about. Percentage now, we'll now do percentage of this one. We'll now do is equals to this divided by the all. So that what, yes, put this one there. Yeah, so I'm going to log this place. I'm sure I must have done some referencing before now. So yeah, so I have something like this. I have something like this. So I can now use a percentage here. You can see now, so I can now say, oh, this one has the highest percentage, and I can give this one color green. Can give that one color green. Let's color green like this. So right, so this is how we can use what count if. I can count, maybe you want to count messages, you want to count anything you want to count. Anything you want to count. So this how is being what? This how is being done. This how is being done. So we can bold it, and you know those paparazzi, we can add the rest to it. And you submit to your line manager, you submit to your guy, you are done. That's our Countif. That's how it is. Okay, how many trucks do we have that are messed this? How many trucks do we have that are marked? What do you need to do? Extract the unique of all those trucks that we have, then run your Countif where you have them all. Just the same way that we do this ship mode and all. So that's how you do it too. So I hope we are clear, right? So let's move to count. Let's move to count ifs now. Let's move to count. So this one we did here is let me bring this thing down. Let me bring it down. Okay, let me do count ifs here. I wanted to create a space here before so that I can leave it for those when we are watching the video so that we can get it right. So yes, so I'll merge this place and call it count if. So this one now is count if. So let's do this place and do count ifs. So let's do count ifs here. So let's say, for example, let me bring a formula here now. Let me bring country here. So let me bring country here using our VLOOKUP. I'm sure you must have done VLOOKUP too. So in case we don't know, so let's master it with this opportunity too. Is equals to VLOOKUP. We have this value. I want to look up for this country here, comma. Now I'm going to go to location. We have the value. So yeah, comma 2, comma 0. I want the exact value to be returned. So you can say, oh, all of them are in state. So let me change it. Let me come to the location. Let me see. Yeah, let me use state. So let me use state. Let me bring it up and use state. So let me change this place to state. State, I think state is number 3. Yeah, so I have this. Is this state I'm using? And Janice. Okay, no. I need to bring state. I want to use state. So let me bring state here. I'll change this one to 4. Yeah, so you can see now, this is what we have now. This is the states. Let me change this heading to the states. So now I want to know from this country and ship mode, how many customers are from Kentucky and how many other through what? Through second class, two third class, two standard class. That's what we want to what? That's what we want to do. So for me to start, I will need to extract what the unique from that column. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to extract the unique here. Some key here. Extract the unique. Yes. So I have this unique now for the state. Then I'm going to have the unique for the ship mode too. Or let me do something like this since I already have the ship mode above before. So I'm not going to use the ship mode. I'll just transpose this one now. You can see now. So what do we want to do now is that what we want to know how many customers from Kentucky that order through two second class? How many customers from this state that order do two standard class? How many customers from California that order using what through first class? How many customers from Florida? So that want to do it's just like an example I stated earlier that we want to count how many female are in IT, how many staff are in the north that are from Kano. That's what we want to do. I hope we are all on the same page. I hope we are not lost. Hope I'm not performing magic to us. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, I
Yeah,
hope we're all on the same page.
yeah, we are
Yes,
enjoying the
sir.
class.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. So we have time for questions. So let's take time to learn very well. Let's take time to learn it and practice. Don't just let us join the section without practicing. That's when we can know what we know. So like this one now that is red there, can paint it colored. We just use one stone to kill two stones so that the business can know that they need to find solution to same day delivery. So they can maybe they should scrap it since they already have low. You understand? Just based on what the data is. So this time around, I want to count how many customers from Kentucky, how many customers from. So for this kind of situation, we'll be using what? Countif. This text that I have here, we'll be using it. So let me just bring it up here. So let me just equate it. I don't want to type again. So let me just bring it here. Yes. So we'll be using it. Right. So that's just it for down. So this one is Countif. This one is. Yes, so we have it like this. So that can, for those that will be watching the video, so that can be very, very illustrative and something you cannot practice. So we don't need to maybe focus on this data set or anything. We can practice with any data set. But the main gist here is what? Understand how to use count if and count if. So that because when you are working on a normal data now, you won't be using the data set to work. But you just need to know how to apply those counts. It's just like in sales, they'll be using total number of customer. In HR data, they'll be using count of employee. If you are in inventory, they'll be using count of biggie, count of Milo. So it's still the same counting they'll be using. So it's not necessarily being that we should restrict ourselves to I want to practice with this data. Let's just get out those how those function works. Then we can now apply it to any kind of data that we now that we have. In hospital now, they'll be counting numbers of patients that are in the southwest, number of patients that are in female, number of patients that have hypertension, number of patients that their blood sugar is high. So they'll just be dealing with the same, but what we are dealing with still the use of this Countif and Countifs. It's just different application based on different fields that we have. So for this one, I want to do for Kentucky. And like I told us that we want to do, we are dealing with how many criteria here now? How many criteria are we dealing with in this table now? Hello? How many criteria are we dealing with here now?
4.
We are not dealing with 4. How many criteria are we dealing with here? Who will tell us? Oh yeah. How many criteria are we dealing with?
3 criteria.
3
criteria.
How many criteria are we dealing with?
2.
It should be
Yes,
4.
I will share the data sets. So how many criteria
4.
are we? Yes.
The criteria to check for should be 4.
So criteria that we're actually dealing with is actually 2. Why? Because all these second class, first class, they are all what? Under ship mode. So we're only dealing with two criteria, which was ship mode and state. You understand
Okay.
now? Ship mode and state, just like maybe gender. Now I'm checking state and gender. It's under gender now that we now have what? Male or female. So it's still true criteria we are dealing with. But it's only when you want to split it down more, you can now say maybe you're false. So I won't say maybe you are wrong or you are not right. Right? The angle we are seeing the criteria from is what is different. So me, I'm seeing from a true entity like this, like ship mode here. Ship mode,
Okay.
ship mode and state. So you understand that ship mode and state. So under that ship mode now that we now have what? All these
We
criteria. So
have
the
a
person that's
talk
for you
about
are right from
yes,
your own view. So I'm sure we're all on the same page. So don't let me say that person is wrong. You're actually right because we're actually seeing it from what different angle. We are seeing from different angle. So I want to start now. I want to know how many customers from this state that ship their goods through what second class to standard class to this one. So likewise in real, like I've explained to us, we can have list of departments here. We can have list of maybe sales, IT, HR, audit, finance, commercial, you know those departments. Then here we can have maybe male and female. We want to know, okay, sales department, how many are male, how many are female, how many are this, how many are that, right? So that's just the same way. And at the end of the day, by the time we sum up all this value here, it must give us what? It must give us this value too. It must give us this value. That's when you're able to see, because what we are dividing the value that we have here. We are dividing it further. Let me call it a deep dive. We are splitting this 543 more, but we are now splitting into what? According to their what? To their state. But let's continue so that I won't bother us. Our time is going. I hope you're enjoying the class. So yeah, I'll be using Countifs rather. So my first criteria, which one should we get? Is this the state or the ship mode? Which one? Which one should we try to get?
Let's get it first.
Eh?
The state first.
The state, I'll be the what first?
The state.
All right. So, like I've explained to us, our criteria is what? It's like that place that we have states, the data source where those things reside, Abi. So our data range one is what? Now state. Then where do we have our state? Our state is on our column G. We select it like this. After that one, press comma. We now asking, okay, now I'm at that column G now. Who should I look for? Just like I told us that teacher said class captain should go and call, class captain should go to SS3B and call someone. Then when I tell you, okay, man, when I get to SS3B, who should I look for? So likewise this one too. Now I said that when you get to column G, who should you look for? Now I said that look for what? Kentucky or Kentucky. I don't know the pronunciation very well. Anyone we understand it. Abi. So press our comma. Next thing is that criteria range 2. What's our criteria range 2 now? What's our criteria range 2, everyone?
Second class. Second class.
What's our criteria range 2? You're wrong, man. What? No. Our criteria range 2 will be this D now. Are we on the same page now? Is range. It's not criteria. That's why I say criteria range 2. What is that thing that we want to count again? We want to count how many number of customers from this. And we've picked the state and we selected the state. So the next one too is now we want to pick the ship mode. Then we select this one. Then okay, now I'm now at the ship mode. So where do you want me to do? Then that's when we now do what? Second class. We now do second, now press enter. We now see that we now have what? 53 customer words are from Kentucky, and 53 of them order their goods through what? Second class. Do we get it now?
Yes.
Yeah?
Please go back a little. Just explain again.
Let me start afresh. So is equals to Countifs. I'm going to use my Countifs. Now, Countifs, like I told us initially, that what you can give it many criteria. Maybe you want to count total number of messages that are yellow. You can even split it that I want to count total number of messages that are yellow that are produced in 2022. You can even split it and say, okay, total number of messages that were yellow that are produced 2022 that are from China. You can even now split it down and say, okay, maybe those ones that are from China that are in so state in China, so location in China. So by the time you want to do that you'll be dealing with Countifs. That's just it, right? So that's just it. Let's just master the difference. So first one is what criteria range 1, which is what condition. We want to set some condition and that, okay, go and count something for maybe can't merge this that are yellow. 4 can't merge this. If 4 can't merge this for us, if we count after counting those number of merges that we have, it will now filter it down to how many that are white. So likewise with now, but this place I want to count how many customers are from what Kentucky that order their goods through second class. For us to do that, we need a criteria range 1. The first one is what, because we already know that we are dealing with what 2 major criteria, which was sheep more than Kentucky. So which one do you want to do first? Then the person selected was state. One person said state the other time. Then I come to state here. I've selected the state. So now when I'm in the state, what should I do? I'll press my command and say, okay, once you are in your criteria range 1, our criteria 1 is what? Count how many that are what? Kentucky first. 4 get them. Okay, let me press enter and see. Can you see how many that we have that are from Kentucky now? 100 and what? 39. So out of this 139 from Kentucky, now we now want to know how many of them are what? Are second class. So now continue to write our code and now come here. I hope we should be getting what I'm saying now, comma. So what else we want to count? I want to count the ship mode. Then now come here, select out of the ship mode to then press comma. Then where is our ship mode? Second class.
Second class.
You see now 53. You see now that I've reduced it. So you say, for example, now inside the second class now, I want to deep dive it again too. Maybe those that buy so goods. Maybe those that buy, let's say maybe Milo. Those that buy Bonvita. This number again now will now reduce again. Just like the same way, it reduced from 153 to what? To 53. So at the end of the day, by the time we sum this value now, it's going to give us how many? 153. Do you understand it now, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'm going to lock some cell. All right, thank you. I'm sure we must have done something like this. I'm going to lock some cell so that because when I'm dragging, I don't want them to move. 012, yes. So this one I'll be putting my $sign here. I'm putting my $sign here. Yes. So this one too, I'll be locking this one. Yeah, and for this one, I'll be locking the first one. I'll put my $sign at the beginning here. So there are some columns that when I'm dragging them, I don't want them to move left or right, up and down. So those were things that I've locked. So I'm sure I must have done that. So drag it here now. We're having some to be 139. Are we right? How many did we have that time? I think we have 153 that time now. Abby? Hello, can anybody hear me?
139 the other time.
Okay, it's 139. Okay, let me. Okay, it's okay. We are good. We are good. I wanted to cancel now. That 139, let me control so I can see that 139. Out of the 139 now, 68 are actually under what the standard class, 13 under this one, 5 under this one. So just for us to understand. So that's how it is. So from here now, I've done it. Then I can now drag it down. You can see, I can click this space to drag down. For you to be able to do what I'm doing, must have locked your cell correctly. You must have locked your cell correctly. So can do here too. So do here too. So you can add the simple total here. As an analyst, you should always give a comprehensive report. Right. So here we are going to now sum this one by row. Sum this one by row. Then we have this value here now. Can sum this place like this. Then we have 139. Can see that 139 that we have the other time. Now sum it together. So you can now come down here. So this value does not exist. So let's put our total here now. You can put on that total here now. You can put there is a shortcut called Alt and Plus. Alt and Plus will sum the whole row for us. Alt and Plus. You can see Alt and Plus. You can see Alt and Plus. Alt and Plus. You can see now. If you check this value that we have here now, Control C, then I paste it here. I paste it as value. Then paste as value here. You can see now. Those were the same value that we had there. You can see second class, this one is here now. Standard class, 568. So all what we just did there is just what? We just splitted it down. We just splitted it down. You can see, we only splitted it down to know, okay, out of this money now, how much do we? It's just like maybe now, a business share salary of 1 million. first of all, that they did what? They share it by department, sales department, first class department, and then they now splitted it down to the female. At the end of the day, by the time you do your summation, it should still be the same what? The same value. I hope we are good. I hope I'm right. I hope we all got something. I hope we got value for it now. Right? Are we good? Can I proceed?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. There's something I need to. All right. So there's something I need to do here. Just give me 1 minute. Something I need to do here. So I want to try to touch it up very well so that data can be well comprehensive for us and we can learn how to present reports to stakeholders as well. So we are not just here to just do how to write functions. We are here as well to train us how we can present a meaningful report to our stakeholders who can be our manager or anybody. So can I have something like this here now? Just something like this, so don't let that take our time. You can be doing that you can be doing the rest when we get to our house, right? We've seen the way I've done it, so we can do others too as we wanted when we get them. So like this place too, I should have added border, so but we can finish down when we are in our house, we are practicing just for us to learn, right? So just for us to learn, we can see now that it makes more sense here. So that just it. So I can replace this one by this value back. So that's just how it is, right? So let's move on. We are done with Countif. So we'll be doing Sumif for the same thing too, so that we will not miss. So now we want to do for some if now. So what I mean by some if now is that what we want to sum. Okay, out of the is this sales? Which one should we use? Should we use sales? Should we use quantity? Should we use discount or profit? Oh yeah, let's choose one. Oh yeah, what should we sum? Is it customer or sales? Oh yeah, I'm waiting for us.
Okay, let's use the profit.
The profit, all right. Oh yeah, we use the profit too. Somebody already gave us the profit. Some using profits. So that we can all learn. So I want to know what is the total profit from what? How much did the business earn from using what? Second class for customer that order through this for class or second class? How much did the business earn total profit? So it's still the same approach that we use for our Countif that we use it. But we'll only be including what? Only the column that we want to sum in this one. So let me add border here. Right, so we're including, so let's see how it goes. Yeah, we are fine now. So first thing is what Countif. Like I told us that what we're only dealing with one criteria. And I'm sure that some of you saw the way that I use this Countif here to do for one criteria. I only sound what only Kentucky and I get this total number. I'm sure you get what I'm saying when I was saying that we can use our Countifs to count even one criteria, it will go. Right? I'm sure we all got and can use your Countifs to do it too. So this one can do the work of this one. These Countifs can do the work of this one, but this one here can never do the work of this one. So that just we should master that, please. Because they should not go and ask us during interview and be missing it up for each other. Anywhere you see the X at the back is what? Plural. So those on that multiple criteria, it can do more than one, from one upward, greater than or equals to one. So that's it. So we want to do for Countif now. We want to do our sum. So we type our sum if you can see add the cells specified by a given you can see a given condition, which is what one criteria. So we want to sum now. So what do we want to sum? What do we by our profit now? By what do we want to sum it? Who can tell us? What profit do we want to get? According to what do we want to get our profit?
Ship mode.
Yes, exactly. Ship mode. Thank you for your response. I appreciate. Sure that you are all following. So first thing is asking something like, what is our range? So in this kind of play, what's our range is what? Is this our ship mode that we want to do? So where do we have our ship mode? We go to our what? Our column D. That's where we have our source. Go to our column D. Just like now, the teacher now is not calling for people to call a student. I want to carry me, they pay money for block now. The teacher now wants to count. Okay, how many money did SS3B pay? that's exactly what we are doing. How many students pay from SS3B, all those something like that we're trying to. So this is our own SS3B now. Out of SS3B now, what do you want to know? Maybe the male or the female, how much did they contribute? Just something. I'm just trying to paint a scenario so you can understand. Like, okay, go to this place, go and sum our range is here. Sorry, I didn't press this value. So yeah, after then I press my comma. Let's come out. This one there is no light at all. Okay. Now I've selected. The next thing is asking me for is okay. It's asking me for criteria. Then this will be my criteria now. This second class, which is what go to that column D. Go and sum how much is what second class. So now it's not asking like okay, where is that place that we want to sum? I want to put comma here. Now it's asking us where is that sum range? Sum range is that place that I want to sum. Where we have that our profit 0, 1, 0, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1,000. That's the value that we always have anything sum range. So and this is our profit here. Then we select the whole profit. You can see filter president. So it's telling us that this is the total amount that what that second class made for the business. You can see we have this value here. Then you can apply your Naira sign. You can come here. Let me use the opportunity to take us in case for those that might have missed it during that section. So you keep on scrolling up till you get your Naira sign. And this Naira sign here. So we don't want any decimal place. So you put 0 here. Click OK. And I click OK here. Oh, it's okay. I supposed to specify maybe 0. You can see now. So we have this value here. Can we all see now? So you can use the sum I gave us. Alt and plus to give us our value here. And so now this is the total profit now that we had. Then on our own, we can go home and do the profit too, right? So because of our time, I don't want to take much of our time. So we should always learn to present our data explicitly. Even if you know how to put graph, you can quickly put graph on it. So hopefully if there is time, I will show us that. So just for us to learn very well. So we have this here. So we're almost done. Just one formula that remains now. So this, then change it to percentage. You can see now. So you can say, wow, second standard class. People are not actually spending money, no. They are actually using what you can see now. This is total profit that they earn. You can see now. Standard. And from here too, we can say the one that has higher customer too. It has 5,000 customers. So that's why business is earning what? Business is earning what? 57% from it. So business can also focus more on this and so that people never, because people are using this place very more to ship their goods. So business should ensure that what they never fuck up in this area because this is what they are using. So standard class is just like let's maybe within 5 working days, 6 working days that get your goods. So that's it for how to use our what sum if of a single criteria. I hope we got it up to this stage. Then we'll move on to the last part. We move on to the last part, which is using what our sum ifs. This is where we'll be using our sum ifs. So I'll be adding X to here. Are you following me? Can anybody hear me? Am I making sense to us? Are we getting something? Let me hear from us.
Yes, you are
Okay.
communicating.
Yes.
All right. Thank you all for your feedback. It's well appreciated.
100%.
Oh yeah, now. Yeah, you did. There's plenty for you. So do this, put our double. I want to put, so now I want to replicate for this same thing that we have, but this time I will be doing for what? For profit. Right. So to save our time, I'll just come here. I'll just press Ctrl Shift down. Okay, let me even copy everything here. Then I'll delete the content inside it. So I think that is fine too. So you just need to, because of our time. So we have this. So I'm going to delete all the values that I have here now. I'm going to delete them off. So now put sum of profit now. So I don't need to ask us again now, what do you want to calculate? So because we are all bright. So what you want to do now, I want to know that, okay, how much of profit is coming from this state that are under was second class? How many of profit that is coming from this state that are what standard class. That's exactly what we want to do. That's exactly what we want to do. So for me to do that now, I'll be using my word Sumifs. Sumifs. I'll be using my word Sumifs. So Sumif first. Now this time around, it's now asking me for what? The sum of that range first. You know that when I'm doing my sum if here, it was that range, that sum range that lasts. But in this one now, that's sum range that is not coming for. So I'm going to click my profit first here. I'm going to click it here. After clicking and I press my command. Now it now asks me for criteria range. So which one should we try to get? Is it the ship mode or the state? Somebody should give us an option.
The state.
State. Oh yeah, so yeah now. So let's run state. So come here. Where do we have our state? Our state is here. Select the whole state. Then press your comma. So now I'm in the state. Which state should I go and check for? Now say, okay, come here. Oh. Our state I want you to check for more is what? Kentucky. Oh. Click here. Okay, I've seen it. Oh. Now next thing I now want to calculate for the ship mode at what? For our second class. So where do you have our second class range? Our second class is on our column D here. You select it, column D. Okay, now I'm at column D now. Oh. What should I sum? And that's okay. Sum the ones that are what? Second class for us. Then I'll press my what? Enter. So this is it here. Then I'll apply. I'll come here. I'm sure must have been taught format printer. This brush helps us to format this thing easily. Instead of we going there, like you remember that time I was going here, I won't do that again. I'll just click this brush. I'll just click this when I'll put it on its head here. Bam. You can see that it has applied. So this is the total sum of profit that is coming from what now? Kentucky to this business. So I'm going to apply those things that I did. Remember when I was locking some cells here? So I'm going to log them here too. So I'm going to log this one because I don't want it to change. Yes, I don't need it to change. Yes, I don't need it to change. So I'm locking it up. Yeah, G of G. I'm locking G of G up. I don't want it to move. So X, where's my X? My X is this place. I want this place now. I want it to move down. So, but I don't want it to move the other. So I'll be locking it by the column. I'll be leaving it by the row. So I'll be locking it by the column. I'll just put $sign in front of the end so that if I'm dragging it to the column, it will not change from what? From X to Y. So that's why I'm putting my sign here. So this one too, I'll be locking this one because I don't want it to shift if I'm dragging it to the right or to the left. Okay, so I'm going to delete the $sign in front of this one. So the next one is our Y14. This is our Y. So I want this one now to move. If I'm in Y1, it should move towards Z1. It should move towards AA1. It should move to AB1. So for that one, I will not lock the Y. I'll put the $sign in front of the word 14 here. I'll put the sign so that by the time I'm moving, it will be moving, but will never move beyond the value. So press enter. So I can easily now drag down. Let's drag to the right. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if we are right first. Down. So you can see now the total amount we have. Then I can double click. I can select everything like this. Then press my down. You can see now. So if we apply that total here, that total that I did there too, we apply it here now, and I do Alt and plus. So I have Alt and plus. See, Alt and plus. Alt and plus. So if you copy this value now, if you are right, if you are not wrong, we should have the same value like those one that we have above here. So let's paste it. Let's paste it as value so that I can see it clearly. So let's see. Can you see? Are we right? Okay, I didn't put Naira sign here. Okay, it's there now. Okay, Naira sign is not. Listen, okay, let me just put $sign to save our time. Oh, it's not to do normal. Let me click this brush. Are we on the same page? Yeah, so let's put it like this. You can see now that we have the same thing. See now total money of our second class is here for our standard class 164, which is the same thing that we have here. So everything that we just did there, just what we just splitted this second class money down into what? Into states. So that just it is at the end of the day, by the time you sum all the profit that you have here, it should still give you what this value that we have here. So you can do your total like the way I did total for us here to sum. Let's see, right? Can see now. So can say that this total amount of profit from this state now. So you can say this is the total amount of profit from this state. Then you can say this is the total amount for what? For the second class year too. So you can bold year too. So something like that, right? And can take your analysis further if you want. You can put percentage here. If you want to know the states that have their highest share, you can apply your year divided by total profit. So you can do percentage. Okay, let me do it for so that we can all learn. So it's not part of this, but let's do it so that we can all learn. So shift, yes, profits. Let's say state profit distribution, state profits or something. Percentage according to the state. Yeah, so we have something like this now. Oh, I should have put it here, Sha. So let me just, I don't want to clean. So I want to do the states now. I want to know which state has the highest percentage. And I can do year divided by, this is the total too that we have. Then I'm going to log that one, press enter. So you have this value here. You can now do on down. So you can apply your percentage here. You can see now. You can see that some, you can see some, you can now increase the decimal place so I can see some value. Yeah. You can see now some people 26%. So you can see that this state has the highest. California actually give the people highest. So if you check, California too should be the highest one that has the customer from analysis. If you run the same, what's it called? The same formula. Yeah, let me run it too. I know our time has gone, but I really want us to always learn percentage to states now to customer this time around. So I want to see because we are seeing from here that what California seem to have the highest profits. Yes, I think I'm right. 25, yes, 25, 26. So this is the highest. And we come here to see that they're having the highest customer too. So you can run your analysis here too and do your is equals to divided by this total number of customer here. All right. So you can bring in your formula here. So yeah, then you run it. So if you click your percentage here too, you can see now 20%. You can see that this one to be the highest. This California now will be the highest here because we're having what 20%. You can see that's it. So that's how we come to the end of what Countifs, Sumifs. If you have any question, yeah, feel free to ask before we call it a day. I will meet another time next week to learn more. Yes, it's time for question and answer. Let's ask a question. Let's ask question. Are we clear? Okay. Absent of none. Let's assume we are good. Mr. Agbenga, sir, we are done, sir.
Please, I want to ask questions.
All right,
Okay,
answer your question.
can we still use that sum if for some if?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So far, like I said, anything we hear counts. Let me go back to where I have them. Where was that place? I can't find it again. Anywhere we have this storm if, I want to type it so that we can all see it. If you're having some if and some ifs, you can actually use this some ifs in place of this one. It should still go, but you can never use what this some if in place of this some ifs. So where do we know when to use some ifs? When they are now asking you question on multiple kinds. Okay, in sales, calculate the total number of salary in sales that are male. Now that kind of question, now they're asking you the question of some because they're now asking you to count numbers of staffs. Now asking to count number of phones, number of cartons. They're asking you about how much. Maybe they're asking how much sales the so sales rep. So how much is female sales rep in Ibadan made? You can see now that kind of question. Now you use your word some ifs to do it. So by the time they are giving you maybe question relating to single criteria, to let's maybe now how much is the sales from Ibadan, you can still decide to use your word some ifs to do it. It will still give you the answer. But anytime you have maybe Ibadan, then you want to calculate maybe local government in Ibadan sales. Maybe now you know Ibadan now, we have Ibadan North, or let's say Lagos. You can have maybe Etiosa or Ojodu. I don't know much about local government in Lagos now. Now they are giving you two criteria now because one is what you want to count total numbers of sales in that state. You now want to count the total number of sales in that state, but in that local government. So that means what you are dividing the sales, just like the way that we did here. That what we are dividing the total number of this profit for this customer. We are dividing it down to what according to their state. So fine, this is the total profit that this second class made. But if you divide this money according to the state, how much did they make? So now see the breakdown according to the state exactly. So some ifs can actually do that one for us. if you're having what, 1 or 2 criteria. Like this value that we get here now, we can use our sum if. So let me quickly use some so that I can answer your question once and for all like that. We're having, where is this equals to sign? See now, I want to use some ifs here now. You can see now some ifs. You can see now sum range. What is sum range that I want to sum? I want to sum profits. I want to sum our profits. You can see now, comma. This comma or full stop. Okay, this comma. Then where is that place that I want to sum? I want to sum for standard class. Oh, I didn't select the criteria. I need to select the criteria first. So comma, it's just because of your question. We're already done. Sorry guys, we are done. So then this one, where's my entire? You can see that we have the same value here. And you can see at this place what I use some ifs, but this place too I use what, some if. So likewise for this one too, you can use your count ifs to get this value too. So I hope that answer your question. Some if anyone you see with that x can do from 1 and above condition, but the one that does not have x at back can only do for 1. So that's just it. I hope that answer your question, sir.
Yes, but I still want to ask one question there too, because you know that when you want to do your sum if, you use the sum range.
Yes. So what happens is, if you are dealing with sum if now, your sum range comes last. Let's say here, let me come here. If you are dealing with sum if now that of single criteria, your sum range comes last, as you can see it here. This L of A now is one that lasts on this my sum if, but in this my sum ifs is the value that are now first. You can see. So that's just the difference. So that's just it. It's the same value we have here. Let me bring out the two. Let me bring out the two formulas so that we can see it. So let me bring out this. I still can see. Then let me bring out. So let me bring out this one so you can see like. So let me zoom in and so that I can see very well, right? Don't let them mix it up. They will still give us the same results. Yeah. So I think we should be good now. Can you see the difference now? That is still the same thing, Mr. Sam. Can you see that it's the same formula? But the sum range is one coming last for what, sum if. But when we now come to sum ifs, is one that is now coming first. Do you understand it now, sir?
Yes.
You get it, sir?
Yes.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you again. Okay, I think we are all good. Mr. Agbenga, we are done. Let me stop.
Okay, Paul, thank you so much. We appreciate your comment. So I would.
Yes, Mr. Sam, I hope Mr. Sam, I didn't hear you. I hope you got